Alright, I'm here. My apologies for being too early and too late at the same time. I need to get used to the new time zone stuff again. So I should start 1 hour later. I'll try to keep it in mind next week. And of course upcoming Wednesday. And if we have enough entries, also tomorrow with the monthly live stream. Yeah, time zone. They should stop with that stuff. I'm also a little bit busy. I'm getting a little bit busy the upcoming month. So I'm not really here with my head. We will start in a few couple of minutes. Man, I'm going to need to clean out my PC, not only from the outside but also the inside. I need to back up a lot of stuff, I need to throw away stuff. I need to make screenshots of all kinds of options. So when programs are getting reinstalled, I need to put everything back. I need to move some stuff next week. It's my birthday this week. A lot of things that I'm not in the mood for. Alright, let me the music a little bit lower. Alright, so in this case, the last week I gave you guys the subject vegetables. You guys gave me a few vegetable ideas. Going to start off with bell peppers, then carrots, then onions, then pumpkin, garlic, eggplant and lettuce. Yeah, we'll first look at the entries, then do the winners, then we're going to check out the new team, and then that will be it. This week we have 25 plus. And there are not many people right now, but that's my fault. Anyhow, so we're going to start off with the lazy bell pepper of Sergei Maslov. On the first sight it looks good. Nice and red bell pepper. I love the shapes in this one. Looks very smooth, very good. I'm only not sure if I like the background combined with the green stem on this guy. There goes my mic. But anything else, yeah, very nice. Sergey won't do it anyways, but I'm just going to say it. It would be nice if the render was something like this. Be a lot better. But it's personal, but I like it. Yeah, then we're gonna go to Creation by Chris, one of my favorite fakies on steroids at Tardis Blue. There is also nice bell pepper. I like the material on this guy. I just would like to size this up so we get a little bit of a better view onto it. I really like the material on this guy, also on here. It's very clear visible as well in the light as in the dark spots. Nice shapes, very natural. I also like this, let me just call it a skirt. I know it's not called a skirt, but or also would call it a flippity flop around the stem. Very nice. The only thing I would say needs a little bit of roughness is the edges where the stem has been cut off. That's the only thing I would say. I do like the background, even though I wish it was more yellow on spots where it's red. Maybe orange would be good, something between orange and yellow. And maybe cut the render once again off in a nice square. A little water drops. Could also be. And then we're gonna go to Codesh. Anyone want free peppers? Oh, that's very nice. I like how there is a green one and a red one. Always good. Let me just, by the way, get a reference picture up. There we go. I would say it is almost perfect. I'm just trying to look at different images because I count that it's kind of like 4 pieces in here, 4 different pieces. It might be a little bit more than 4 pieces. I'm just trying to look at different ones. Well, I do see now one with 4 pieces though, so just trying to look for things. The color red is very nice. The color green is very nice. I would only say that the stem needs to be a little bit of a lighter green. A little bit lighter, and needs to be a little bit of white in there. Which the perfect example is actually this one. There's like a tint of white in there. I like that it's free though, that is always very nice. Sergey says, I made a pepper in 9 minutes, but it took me 1 hour to figure out how to do it. That's okay. It is okay to, to practice how to make a pepper, to figure it out. Actually didn't look, yeah, you got multiply parts on it. Hey, welcome Tardis Blue. Yeah. They feel a little bit plastic-ish, but that's okay. You can have like plastic ones for decoration. It's just the stem needs a little bit of white in there, and then I would say it's perfect. Then we have one of Outmind. He says, which color is your favorite? Yeah, I don't know where it starts. We see the red, dark green, white light green-ish, and orange. How the heck does he come with that light greenish? Let me just look at the reference images. I see a lot of red, green, yellow. I even see a purple one. It's probably very rare, this guy. I mean, I guess there is a little bit of light green, but that one he shows is very white. Yeah, okay, this one shows a very white one. It's funny how there is not like a dark green one in here or a light green. So there are a couple of different colors. The stem has this nice white tint into the green. So far I can tell. I like it as GIF. It's only a little bit hard to see the details on it. It seems to have a certain amount of detail on the stem. A little bit very round at the edge there. I like the background with it because the bell pepper is not fading away into the background with any of these colors. That is very good. Since you really want to show off your object. There's many colors but never tried purple and white. Yeah. Let me see something here, because the next one is of rough, new breed, multicultural bell pepper, and it reminds me of something. It reminds me of, I don't know, I only know it as traffic light ice. These guys. Somehow it reminded me of these ice creams. And I like that there is a tint of white into the stem green, but it's maybe a little bit too light, I would say. Maybe. And very shiny. There's like a metallic material here. And once again, then it could be for just like plastic or metallic decoration. I would only say then you need to add the same kind of material onto the orange one and the yellow one. But points for the creativity, and of course different sizes, different angles of the object. Very good. Then we're gonna go to Tyree. Tyree made 3 different color ones. I like the stem. It has like, once again, this little skirt. It feels plastic-ish. I don't know if that's just me or that it's supposed to be like that. It feels like it needs a little bit more reflection on them. If I look at different type of bell pepper models, like there is a lot of shininess going on. A lot. I don't know if this one is real. This one is definitely real. Like there is some shininess on them, but it's not like cranked up. I do like the shape of the stem, is very nice. The red color is very nice. The green color is very nice. I only feel like this this yellow needs to be a little bit more yellow. It feels like there is too much of a white tint in there. If you compare these yellow colors with it, you can clearly see what I mean with that. But anything else, different models in your render, one angle down, 2 are rotated. Definitely looks good. And points for the background, because the colors are banging out of it. Very nice. Then we're gonna go to the carrot. The first one is of creation by Chris. Bugs Bunny, this one is for you. That is always very nice. Those are some different materials that has been used here. I like the way how you have you know, placed it like that we can see through the ground. I like how you've placed some rocks into the ground, some grass, the carrot sticking out. That's very good. Now the only thing that I do not agree with, softly said, carrots, is actually the leaves. I had the same thing with the Mexican gardening hat, that making the carrot leaves is a difficult thing, but there is a little bit of a way to do that. So, and welcome Marufa Tyree. There is a quicker way of doing this. Just use a sapling tree. As you can see down here, carrots have like a very bushy type of leaves on top, rather than having tree type of leaves on them. Using the sapling tree doesn't have to cost too much time. I'm just trying to search it up real quick. Community time and results. And there we go. Yeah, I've been using like sapling trees in here for the people who have missed it. And trying to get more of the bushy idea of the leaves onto the carrots. But beside the leaves, I think it's very creative. I really like this idea, and nice model of carrots, has a lot of shaping in them. Very good. Yeah, was very nice. Of course, I could be more difficult and to say like I'm missing a lot of roots. when a carrot is in the ground, or more, what could I say is like a very thin little root on the bottom, which can be viewed down here, like a whitish type of end on it. Okay, a little bit yellow. That's the only thing I would say that is missing onto it. But then again, 30 minutes isn't much, and I like the whole idea anyways. Very good. Then we have one of Kodesh. I plucked up a bunch for you. Okay. Points for the root down here. You have added that. That's very good. You went for a different approach of the leaves, which I think is actually very smart what you've done there. You just cut it off the leaves, but it still, meanwhile, looks very realistic, having all these little, yeah, let me just say wires sticking out, because as you can see down here, they're all sticking out, like a whole bunch of them. And it's very smart to just cut it off so you don't have to mess around too much with the whole bushy area on top of it. And it's nice and orangey. The shapes are very nice. The background is okay, I would say. Maybe more of a very darkish brown would fit in. A very darkish brown. I wish I could. Let me just get the reference image. Maybe this kind of brown, like this very darkish, would fit a little bit better into the background, because the background is slowly fading, you know, a little bit in orange tint on here. It is brown, but you know, when you have orange against this kind of brown, it is just okay, I would say. But dark brown would be perfect. For me, at least. A blue background could also do. Very bluish, like that baby blue type of deal. Definitely. Then we have one of Berkelmere Carrot Wall. This is a very realistic carrot. It is only a shame that the background is not a little bit more realistic, because this carrot looks freaking realistic. Wow. There is a little bit of blur going on down here, but the whole overall of this thing is just amazing, like for real. Yeah, realistic background. Could it be done? Maybe like a piece of like plaster wall down here, and then you keep the underneath ground like this kind of white, a little bit more shininess, and then a HDRI of a kitchen or something to reflect on it, and this could work very well with it. But it's amazing what you've done here. And then we're gonna go to onions, red onions. I also like to see about these vegetable stuff, what kind of color people can all come up with. We see with carrots mostly the orange carrot. Orange carrots are, by the way, not a natural thing. Orange carrots are designed by the Dutch for Wilhelm of Orange. One of those names. So yeah, this is not natural, but I like how people are all go orange, because there are many different type of colors of orange out there. As you can see down here. To be honest, I don't know what is the natural color. I don't know which of the other ones are also made by humans. It's kind of crazy that humans can colorize food and make the shapes look different. And the same goes with onions. There are many different kind of colors of orange. We're going to start off with outlined red orange. And in this case, I'm also going to onions, type it in Google. Yeah, I would say the red onions are almost perfect. I'm just gonna keep looking at more reference images. Okay, just red onions. Yeah, it is. I feel like it needs a little touchy more purple in here, a little bit lesser red. I think what you've done here with the material is very clever. Looks very good. I see. I only feel like the white stripes on the outside needs to be dark stripes, which you can see down here. Very dark stripes. On here it's a little bit more lighter, but I feel like this is a little too bright for that. But the inside just looks very good. Yeah, here you got a little bit of white in there, but not too much. Now I'm looking at reference images before you start the 30 minutes is something that you get all the time to spend to do so. The cutting board is a nice extra, and of course the knife. I only feel like it is kinda connecting up though, but that's very good. Blue background fits in very well. Then we have one of Corsair's onions are my favorite. I can eat them all day. These are very artistic type of onions with all kinds of colors. I do like the detail of the roots underneath though. That's a very nice detail. I like how you got a little bit of cut it off into pieces. You got a knife with it. And the coloring is definitely something different though. I do like how you've also added those stripes onto the onion though. It is definitely artistic and different. Very different. Then we're gonna go to Almas. And Almas went totally ham on this guy. This is an onion who is already going back into, you know, being an onion plant, I would say. I like the roots on the bottom. I like the stripes on this guy. I like how it has like a... I'm gonna call it a skirt again, because my English is not that advanced. I do like the color of the green plant that is coming out of it. It is definitely something different. I would say that the color balance is almost 100% perfect. I feel like the background needs a small tint more white in there, because the stripes on this side looks almost like the stripes on the color of the background. The better the background is different from the colors on your object, the better, I would say. But in overall, it's a very nice model there. Yeah, skin could also be. Very good model there. And of course, render window. The move on of creation by Chris. Good thing about the toon shading is that you don't have to do a lot of detail. Could be. I mean, you added still a lot of detail in my opinion. As in tears, mouth, eyes, eyebrows, and the plant on top is growing out again. Probably not liking it, and that's why he's crying. I think it's a very good one. I really like this. It's very creative. it has its own unique style. Man, I just wish that the background once again was more of a one type of color instead of just having white and that kind of stuff. But anything besides that, it's very nice. I really like this one. Yeah, he really knows what to do. It's very nice. Then we're gonna go to pumpkin. Unless it's a very strange onion, but I don't think so. And I also don't know if it's just me, but for some reason I like straight colored backgrounds a lot. There is one color background. You know, like this, it's just one color. Maybe it's like more a personal thing, but it just bangs out certain things a lot better for some reason. Decomposition. I think this is a very creative idea to make it look like how it is, and it's kind of rotting away. I would only say that it needs a little bit lesser onto this guy, like make this guy a little bit more cleaner, just a little bit more. And the difference between those two also need to be a little bit stronger. So, or add a little bit lesser on this guy and add more on this guy. Yeah, and the color change. Like, I get the whole idea and I think it's very clever. I think it's very creative. I only feel like the amount of dirt and decomposition and the orange coloring overall needs a little bit more balance out towards to each other. So very dirty, a little bit less dirty, and certainly less dirty. But I also feel like the orange of this color needs also be on those three. I'm not a pumpkin expert, so I do not really know if pumpkin decompose, they will lose so much of this orange to that orange. But these two orange are basically the same. It just needs a little bit of a finishing touch. Let me see if I can find something decomposition type of deal. It might look a little bit disgusting. It's just nature. So with this one you can very much see that the orange color pretty much kinda stays the same. Okay, here it's a little bit darker than this one. Just a little bit. It's also maybe the amount of light that has changed into the room. Because in this room it's very dark, but it's like there is I think a photo camera light is bouncing off this guy, while this pumpkin, I hope that the same one, is in this in a room where the overall light is very bright. That's why the color here looks a little bit different. But these ones are in the same room, stuff like that. Yeah, well, your pumpkin model looks very good. That's very nice. But it's actually all. But very creative. Very good. Then we have one of Berkelmere. Berkelmere made two different type of pumpkins, one with a whitish stem, one with a green stem. One is, there are so many different type of pumpkins. I would say the picture is very pretty. Alright, it looks very nice. But I'm also going to say it feels a little bit weird to see like very nice flowers, which looks like at the end of spring / summertime, and then having pumpkins, which is more toward the autumn. Something like that. So it does feel a little strange to see the combination of them. But it is, like I said, a very pretty picture. I also feel like the overall light in this one is a little bit too dark for the setting that shows like it is bright daytime. I don't know if it's just me. Yeah, it just feels like that, a little bit dark. It's like the camera is wearing a sunglasses or something. These flowers looks very good, by the way. The grass looks very good. The pumpkin model looks very good. The stem looks very nice. Nice colors. Nice sky background. So yeah, my two complaints is the light setting in overall, and it just feels a little bit odd to see those two combined together, but that's all. I'm just trying to scroll to see, you know, if there are pictures of that together. Probably is. I only seen one though. Yeah, it's sorta kinda like this one, where you see it's like summer or maybe end summertime. So it is possible. It just feels weird. And then we have one of Cardhawk. Took longer than 30 minutes because I was playing with shaders and looking for the best solution. We will include this one. But next time, just say if it took 40 minutes or longer than 40 minutes, because 40 minutes is really the border to join in for the winning. But besides that, the background is black, so the colors popping out a lot. I only feel like it needs a bit more light onto the pumpkin. And once again, I get a little bit of sunglasses feeling onto it. But besides that, the stem looks amazing. I really like how natural it looks. Let me see here. Yeah, top of the stem is also okay. It's not everywhere rough, I would say. Like for example, this pumpkin here has a very smooth top, while certain other pumpkins have a very rough top. So yeah, the top is good in my case. I'm just trying to look at the bumpiness. I would say the bumpiness is almost a 100%. Trying to look at different ones. There is definitely some bumpiness into it. I only feel like it needs a slight change for 100%. Like I feel like the dents of the bumpiness needs a little bit bigger, so more distance between the bumpiness, and also the bumpiness could be a little bit bigger. I don't know if I say that the correct way. What I do really like is these. It's barely visible though, but I really like how. Let me just open this real big. I really like all these little yellow spots in there. Those are very nice. Like it's almost 100%. It's very good. And let me see the reflection though. This is a very good one, so I'm gonna go deep into this. You know, you wanna get critic. I'm gonna give critic. Let me see. Yeah. I would say the reflection is kind of good though. It needs to be a little bit more smeared out, so maybe that means less sharper reflection. But you can really see what I mean with the bumpiness. That I'm not meaning those spots but the bumpiness in overall, you can very see that this one has way lesser tiny bumpiness because the reflection is lesser dotted away. Like you can see there is a lot of dotted reflection. It's not like an overall reflection on this guy. But besides that, I think it looks very, very, very good though. Now just the bumpiness needs a little bit of work. It's very nice. Adding a light below, yeah, could also be. And then we're gonna go to Raf, the pumpkin mobile, emission free. Wasn't there like a fairy about a pumpkin like this? This pumpkin looks more like a an Amish hot rod or something because of the wooden wheels, but still it has like this hot rod type of front on it. I don't want to pronounce it. It's very creative. Cinderella, yeah, that's the one. Cinderella type of fairy tale in there. Looks like hot rod, Amish type of deal. Very creative. I also like how the lamps are also like partly pumpkin. Simple background because why not? It is definitely different from all the other entries. But I really like this idea of pumpkin, hot rod, Amish type of deal. Yeah, looking for the prints. Oh, very good. I think it's a little bit too much to give precise critic on it. I mean, I could say for the background make a few steel beams, and between the steel beams just add some brick textures so it looks more in the flow with the ground texture. Something like that. But I like this a lot. Then we're gonna go to Ray Studio, try sculpting using vertical mouse. Ain't so easy, so here it is, a vertical mouse. Is it like a joystick? That sounds very difficult. It is very shapy, which is very nice. It looks natural. I feel like it needs a little bit more smaller bumps, where I talked about before. It feels a little bit, because it's so dark in this picture, and I believe the last week competition you have made certain objects very, very light, which was very nice. I don't know if I can quick scroll up to search it. There are a few things. Like this, for example, has a lot of light. And there were a couple of other things where I seen that you added a lot of light. This one, a lot of light. I feel like it is so dark that it almost looks like a tomato rather than a pumpkin. Let me see. Vertical mouse. Oh yeah, looks like a joystick. Like, does it really feels nice? Vertical mouse? Cannot imagine. Looks very modern. I can. It's difficult to imagine that. Yeah, that's weird. When you're a special person, so a special person needs a special mouse. Where do you bought it for? Like, what kind of special job? I wonder. Yeah, so just a little bit more light, smaller bumpiness. The stem seems to be okay, but it's a little bit difficult to see. I like the green background though. Yeah. And then we're gonna get a real bright one of Tyree. The stem looks like a peanut. Yeah, this is this is a nice one. I like the yellow spots. The bumpiness is very good, or at least better than I've seen so far, because just going to take this guy again, because I feel like the reflection in overall feels more like a solid part, just like this one, instead of having little dots of reflections. It's a little bit better. It's very bright. A nice white background with it. The stem feels nice, very shapy. Take this one. Yeah, it's very nice. This one. I also like the color of it. Pretty much match up. I think in the pumpkin in overall, so the overall shape feels a little bit too perfect. Because if you see like a natural pumpkin, they look very unnatural, or like, I mean, like you see this part here is less steep than this part here. Here it's very thick, and here it's a little less thick, and you know, the top is a little bit tilted that way. So the overall shape needs a little bit more, you know, going up, going down, a little bit thicker here, a little bit thinner there. Basically what you see down here with the one of Erwin, or that's a good one by the way, but it's a very amazing one. So points for the bumpiness, right picture, the stem, very good one that. Then we're gonna go to garlic. Also interesting to see that most people went for orange pumpkins. For the garlic we have two, we have purple-ish garlic, and we have white garlic. So let's take a look at this one first. Straight away I see that those are very nice shapes, very good. I really like how the different parts have different colors. Just trying to look for some images. Yeah, this garlic is like unpacked. The skin is already off from it. That's not a bad thing. Just gonna take this guy with it. I only feel like the top part here needs a little bit more pointy. Just like you see here, it's gonna get very pointy at the end. But the material on this guy is very nice though. Trying to look for other references. Yeah, that's definitely good though. Now I'm looking at it. These top parts do look very pointy though. Very thin and pointy. It's just those ones for some reason. Nonetheless, it looks very good. Oh. And maybe, let me see here. Just trying to find a clear picture. In the middle, it feels like it should not be connected up together. So these parts here, there needs to be a stem between in. So I feel like these parts are too close together. But I'm trying to look for a good image here. Where can I find one? Yeah, it's difficult to search for one. But here you can see that there is a piece of more of a thicker stem sticking out, and then the pointy things are against the stem. I've seen a picture before and I shouldn't have clicked away. this one. Yeah, here you can see it also, like there's like a thicker type within. So, yeah, that would be a thing though. It looks very good, nice material, nice shapes in overall. And then we have one of Berkelmeer. He went for white onions. With this white onion, you can see a little bit of the stem in the middle. So if you unpack the onion, yeah, and take a few bits out, you can see like the middle stem that goes all through it. Oh, here's this one. It's a little bit unsharp, but this one shows it kind of very good with the stem in the middle, and that these parts are against it. Very good. And overall looks very nice. Very good. Best critic ever. Yeah, it's Berkelmeer can do very good job though, so I'm just going to need to. I'm mainly going to critic on the skin on the outside for this one. I feel like you could easily use some prudential texture type of deal. Give it a little bit more, you know, a little bit more of those stripes on the side. Tiny little stripes bumping out. It feels a little bit too smooth though. And I know for sure you can add that to it. It's very visible on a few certain of them. Especially this one, a very good example of those tiny little stripes. Yeah, that's actually all. A little bit of purple glow in them, which we also see in this one down here. A little bit of purple, but I feel like it is a little bit soft purple. It needs to be more sharper purple. A bit less smooth, better to say. Yeah, that's actually all I'm going to say about this one. Alright, then we're gonna go to an eggplant, which is a very nice, very weird name for a vegetable. Doesn't look like an egg. Doesn't look like a plant though. The first eggplant is of Ray Studio, and if you need a reference image or something that looks like an eggplant, Discord of course have its own emoji. It is super tiny, but there are three things very clear about this emoji. One, the bottom is purple and very long, so that are two actually, and the top is green. So in this case, you got a very long purple bottom. Good job. And you got something green on top. So that is just very clear. And I'm just going to get a reference image from that. Just take a look at it. Yeah. Okay, I do see something though. And I don't mean the eggplant. What I would say is that the, I think it's just like the onions we've seen before, is that at the end it needs to be more pointy. I would say it starts out very good, nice thick, getting slowly thinner, but then all of a sudden it needs to be in a point. Just like down here you can see that a lot of pointy endings. I do like the green color on this one. It's it matching good with the purple. I also like how there is like a little bit of bumpiness on it though, but it needs a lot more reflection in overall. So there's a lot of reflection on this guy, not too sharp, but just more visible in overall. Very good. This is a very good example. You see a little bit of bumpiness, so that is very good visible on this guy though. It's very nice. Yeah. Very good one to start with. Let me just say it like that. The only thing I would say. Yeah, very good. And then we're gonna go to creations by Chris. I keep the Toon theme this week, which is fine. It is long and purple, and the top is green. Very good. It's a very bouncy eggplant. Oh boy. Straight away you do have the pointy endings on the plant part, which is very nice. It has a nice nice flow going on, I would say. But I would also only say it looks too much like a sandwalker shape. That is a thing in English. I'm looking at many different eggplants here, but most of them look like, you know, like a stretched out water drop or stretched out bullet shape. So what it basically means, now I get it's a little bit like a toony theme, but what I mean is that when it touches the edge here, it slowly goes that way. It feels like that this eggplant has been growing with a ring around it to, you know, to get the shape in here. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm going to say about this. It needs a bit more of a straight shape, which you can see a lot here. Like there is not really that shape in there. Or okay, this one is grown bendy. And of course, when something is bendy, you do have that shape on one side, and on the other side you don't have it. But this one has it on both sides. So if this one would have grown in a bendy shape, then one side should not have like a dent in it. That's the only thing I'm going to say. You got a lot of weird eggplants. It almost look like peppers. Snowball terung palado. Okay. But I like the animation though. And very good pointy plant stuff. Very good. And then we're gonna go to Tidy. And at first I wanted to say, when I seen this one, that the shape is not long enough. But I was just scrolling about through different ones, and I did see one that showed me that there is like more of a ball shape. So that's very good. I don't know if you intended to do that or that it's just lucky. You got like the pointy of the plant here, which is very good. You got a nice thick stem. The color is very nice. Yeah, very good, I would say. Very nice. Definitely. It's a small type, yeah. I think I ate one time an eggplant. I don't know, it's just weird. It's a very small pumpkin, by the way. Alright, very good this one. I like it. Nice white background, fits in well this time. Normally I'm not really with white backgrounds because the colors are, I don't know, on black background you see colors always way better and it fades away lesser. But this one white looks a little bit grayish, like a very light gray, and it doesn't bang into the eyes as bright white, so that's very good. Then we're gonna go to really iceberg salad. I would say we're gonna go to lettuce. Is lettuce iceberg salad stuff? Is that true? Music. Let me see. Let me take a reference image. That makes it a lot more easier. There's a difference between lettuce and cabbage and that kind of stuff. Let me translate the word lettuce. Okay, it is true. Google is right. Yeah, it is a salad iceberg. I understand the iceberg one. Very good. It looks like it has been hack it or something. I don't know how to say, but letters is like incredibly difficult to do. Certainly within 30 minutes, it got like very weird shapes and you know, like it looks incredibly difficult to do that. I believe, you know, with the hamburger on one of the 30 minutes, I tried to do this and had to kind of learn how to make letters. So it's not easy, but I'm just going to say, you know, Berkeley is a very good guy in Blender. I just feel like the green color needs to be a little bit different than this one, and maybe a little bit bumpiness could do the job a lot more. Well, this one doesn't have really bumpiness in there. Maybe a different kind of texture or something. It feels like it has been painted a couple of times, like there's a thick layer of paint around it. But what I do like, which is almost very nice, is that you've added the purple background with the green, which is very nice combination with the eggplant. So that's very nice. Yeah. I wonder how this would look with a little bit lighter purple on the whole background without double shadows and a little bit of different green on it. Probably a lot better, personally. But it's insane difficult though, so yeah. Unless you do it very different, apparently creation by Chris has done it very different. Went for a toony look, and he just made a couple of leaves, it looks like, and then rotating it and having one on the inside, rotating it. Yeah, it's definitely a very, very good one though. That's very nice. I also like the under part of the leaf, whatever it's called. You get it, you see what I'm talking about. Like, that's very clever done. Really like that. It definitely fits in well together. It has a nice type of green color with the bottom part more of a white green, which you see a lot at leaves. Yeah. The blue background, nice and bluish with some greenish. It fits well. Good. I don't really have anything to say about that. So that is that. Very nice. A lot of lovely entries. Some were more difficult than others. I like the yeah, me expecting to see a lot of different colors, but it's funny to see that a lot of people went for one type of color, sometimes different or totally went crazy. Orangey carrots. I like the different types of bell peppers and stuff. Really good. I had a little bit of a cringy day, and yeah, these entries made it all fine again. So I'm enjoying myself. Very good. Okay, we're going to choose some winners. And then after the winners, we're first going to choose a new team. And then, yep, we're going to add the Hall of Fame stuff and the winning points. Let me see if the map is empty. 30 minutes, get all the stuff out of there. Alright. This vote's gonna be hard a little. Yeah, well, I know I'm 1 hour too early, that's my fault, but you know, I could have stopped the stream and just wait another hour and restart it. It's too much work. So, yeah, we just gotta deal with what we got. In this case, I'm going to need to have some names for the bell pepper. Which bell pepper do you like the most? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures with bell peppers. Give me some names. I believe the last time when the summertime went to wintertime, I also was too early or too late. Switching is so difficult. We have one for Outmind. And we have another one for Outmind. And another one for Outmind. Then there are 5 people watching. Tyree. So I want to say Outmind cannot really be outtaken anymore. But it's nice to see, you know, if you just give some names, like one is for Tyree, so Tyree is this one. But it's good to know that, you know, you just say what you like, even when someone else already has a lot of votes. It's also for me nice to see, yeah, your judge. In this case, how I'm going to save this stuff up. This is the first time. That's very difficult. How am I going to add this to the Hall of Fame? Because copy and links won't work if, you know, different Discord. Oh boy. I need to do it like this. That's a nice color, right? Can I save GIFs? Let me just see if I can do that. Copy message link, copy link, open link, maybe like that, and then... Oh! It is from Imgur. I can save that up. It's a lot better. Okay, very good. Alright, that is that. Let me just remove the other one. And then we're gonna go to Carrot. So which carrot you like the most? Is that one of Creation by Chris, Kodash, Berkelmere? Those 3. Let me know which one you like the most. Do you like this slice it up view? Are you going to go for the smart way of adding the plant type of deal on top with the roots? Or are you going to go for realism without plant deal and roots? Alright, it's interesting to see what you guys are going to choose. We have 1 Berkelmere, 1 Kodash, 1 Berkelmere, and 1 Kodash, so that's 2 against 2. Then I'm just gonna wait for Johnny to see what he likes. And not a Kodash. That's a good choice. For me personally, I would go for Kodash too. Just the fact that he made this very smart. It's a very smart idea what you've done here. And of course points for adding the roots. Okay, very good. Let's set this one up. Congratulations. Then we're gonna go to the onions. You're gonna go for the red onions of Outmind, the colorful onions of Kodash, the red onion of Olmas, or the crying onion of Creations by Chris. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have one of Creations by Chris. Two for Chris, 3 for Chris. They're sending a message, getting asked to eat with Easter at someone. All right. Okay, it seems like one for Olmas, which is this one. Very nice one. And we got four Creations by Chris, which is definitely a good one. It's indeed a very good one. So, Creation by Chris, congratulations on winning the onion. And then we're gonna go to Le Pumpkin. Are you guys gonna go for the decomposition one of Kodash, the odd one of Berkelmere, and the one of Cardhawk, the one of Raf, Ray Studio, or Tyri? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why is there a hamburger? Difficult. I like this idea of Kodash. It just needs a little bit of a finishing touch, as in the balance of color and dirt and overall, to make it look a little bit more decomposing. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's almost perfect. But besides that, I feel like it's a shame that the one of Edwin is a little bit too dark. So my the choices I'm gonna go is or with Tyri or with Cardhawk. I feel like if there would be a mixture between the one of Tyri and Cardhawk, you would have the perfect pumpkin there. I do like the idea of Rav, but it's too heavy to make it look good. Maybe a very Justice vehicle with a black background, so the focus can only be on this guy. Might have been better though, because I don't like the background. It's too distracting also on deciding if I like this as a winner or not. The tiles look pretty realistic compared with the vehicle. So it's a little bit too much of a mixture, it's too heavy to judge. Let's see, we have one for Raf, one for Berkelmere, one for Kodash, 2 for Berkelmere, and 3 for Berkelmere. And Berkelmere is the one. You guys gonna go for the odd one. I mean, it is beautiful. No doubt about that. It's odd. I'm odd too, so that fits in very well. So in this case, Berkelmere Congratulations on winning the pumpkin. Save as Buccaneer. Yeah, then we're gonna go to the garlic, and for the garlic we have 2 entries. We have the one of Kodash and the one of Berkeley. Are you guys gonna go for the inside of the garlic or for the outside of the garlic? Could have been an interesting one. I like this profile picture. I wonder if he made it himself or herself. Or itself. So many genders on the day of today. I wonder if this human made it itself. I like it. 1 Berk, 1 Kodash. Another Kodash. Wait a minute. Aren't you Kodash, Johnny? You got the same picture. You cannot vote on yourself, Johnny. I'm just saying that right now. Your picture is betraying it. Yeah, you cannot vote on yourself. So, or you vote for Berkeley or you just say nothing. That is the whole winky point at this case. You don't have to vote, so. But in this case, we have 2 Kodash and 2 Berkeley's. And when we have double votes, in this case, normally when we have like a draw on voting, I would say, okay, let's choose between those 2, but those 2 are the only 2. So, we have another Berkeley. I wanted to say this is going to be the first draw which we cannot re-vote and I'll have to vote, so yeah. But okay, in this case it is going to be Berkeley. The votes for Berkeley comes from Tyree, Sergey and Johnny itself. Aye. Now I feel sorry for Johnny. Let me see here. Berkeley ain't here. 1, 2. Kodash 1, 2. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to take Johnny his own vote away because. Yeah, I know you said Kodash. I'm going to take Johnny's vote away because, you know, I feel a little bit sorry. If you are the only one competing with the other person, I would better say don't vote at all. You're not forced to vote. So I'm gonna take your vote away, and then it will be 2 against 2. And in my case, I think you are deserving this one. The point is, Berkeley is a very good Blender artist, and I know Berkeley can do a lot better adding in certain details into this guy. He's very good at Blender, and since you are new for me, I think it's a very clever what you've done here to make the inside very brave. So yeah, I hope everyone agrees with that. Just in case if it's too confusing, here is the point. Sergey is gonna go for Berkeley, alright. Then we have Murafa is gonna go for Berkeley, alright. Ray is gonna go for Kodash, and Pardis is gonna go for Kodash. Now because Kodash himself voted on himself first and then he went for Berkeley first. I feel a little bit sorry, so that's why I'm taking his votes away, and then it's double, and I am the one who decides who wins. If it's still confusing, then my apologies. Let me see, Codas. I thought I copied your name there. Yeah, Berkeley can do a lot better. Okay, so Codas, congratulations on winning the garlic. It's very good. No spinning wheel. Normally when we have a draw, I'll let you people revote, but because we only have 2, revoting wouldn't help and get the same results. So in this case, we are going to vote on the eggplant, and for the eggplant we have Ray Studio, we have Creation by Chris, Tyree, so 3 of them. Music, there we go. You guys gonna go for the very nice long shape with nice background of Erwin. You're gonna go for Creation by Chris animation with the pointy plant but too much of a shapy shapes. Or you're gonna go for the low poly one of Tyree, which is just on point on all the ways. Alright, we have 1 for Creation by Chris, 1 for Ray, Tyree, Ray, and Ray. Very good. This is a very nice one. So in this case, Ray has won the eggplant, so congratulations on that one. I'm glad you guys voted because I don't always like to vote. Save image as Ray Studio. I mean, even though Erwin has done a good job and he definitely deserves the winning, if I need to look at the missing things, then I would say Tyree has done the correct one if it's about shape, pointy stuff, which this one, the shape I find odd, and this one missing the pointy stuff, but in overall it does looks very good. So congratulations, Erwin. I'm just being honest. Alright, hey folks, looks like I made it to the end. Yeah, very good. I started 1 hour too early because I forgot about the time change. You have, by the way, won the bell pepper. Let me see there. Oh boy. Yeah, that is this one. A very nice one, really like that. Then we're gonna go to the lettuce. Now for the lettuce we have 2 entries. It's all Berkeley or Creation by Chris. Now the whole point is Berkeley is a very good Blender artist. I feel like this one is, for me personally, lacking a little bit of, you know, just a little bit. I mean, I get the idea of wanting to do it realistic, but it feels like it has been painted over like a couple of times with paint. That's why it got this, yeah, very painty feeling I get. The Creation by Chris in this case has done a magical job on this one. Absolutely magical. Berkeley is very good, and if we look at the winners of Berkeley, He's on top on the 30 minutes, he's on top of the weekly, and he's on top of the monthly, so I just guess he has not a good week. Doing food is a difficult one, especially if you want to make food look realistic though, even though his carrot looks magical, like it looks outstanding. And for the pumpkin, he didn't went for realism, more of a art one. The onions he can do a lot better, or better to say the garlic ones. So yeah, I feel like this one can also do a lot better. But you guys are massively choosing for creation by Chris, and you guys are right. So yeah, I feel like Berkelmeyer's weakness is food in this case, because if you cannot go for realism, you should go for cartoon style or something like that, and Creation by Chris is doing a very good job with it. I like low poly, and low poly is something that can always fit in, but it doesn't always mean it looks good. But it's very easy. Creation by Chris number 2. He done a good job on the lettuce, and he has done a good job on the onion. Yep. It's hard to create change Berkelmeyer's spot. Yeah. You guys should come up with more food subjects. Berkelmeyer is not his strongest point there, so lesser hard surface modeling, more food and stuff like that, then you can only beat him off the list. Alright, yes, congratulations everyone, very good. Nah, I mean, he's very good though, but it doesn't mean he's going to conquer this year. Music. Alright, we're going to need to have a new team. Now the only one I got on the list left is Hollywood productions, like studio cameras, clapboard, director chair, movie props. I got hardware supplies like drills, jackhammers, spanners, hardware supplies part 2, hardware supplies part 3, but it's of course up to you guys. What would you like? Would you like to go for Hollywood production? Would you like to go for hardware supplies, or do you have another idea? And what idea will that be? Hollywood. Okay, we got one vote for Hollywood, which is, by the way, an idea of Creation by Chris. I also had an idea of Outmind, but I just need to rush through the upcoming 2 weeks and get it a little bit less busy, so I can explain it all with patience. Which the idea of Outmind is actually over a length of 2 30 minutes weeks. Okay, let's do Hollywood. So for Hollywood, on day 1 we have a studio camera, day 2 clapboard, day 3 director's chair, movie prop, so you can just take any prop from any movie, movie lamps, design a new costume or a costume, and a film roll. Be creative, be artistic, be different than anyone else. Those are the ones that count towards winning the 30 minutes. Alright. Let me make a new announcement. Team of this week is Hollywood Productions. Hollywood Productions, and of course credits towards Chris and by Chris. Today it's a studio camera. Is it clapboard really clapboard or is it clipboard? It's clapboard, right? Clapping. I just want to be sure before I make another mistake like union instead of onion. A little awkward. Yeah, 30 minutes. Drop this bad boy in. I need to keep in mind, of course, if there will be 5+ entries, I need to keep in mind for tomorrow with the Wild West to start 1 hour later with the stream, at my time at least, not for you guys. Okay, that is that. I'm going to add in the winners of Hall of Fame, and then I'm going to add the winning points. Clapper. No. The time, I was 1 hour too early today. It just stays 13:30 GMT. So as you can see down here, it says 16:12. While before Sunday it should say 15:12. There we go, beautiful. No, it is my fault. The point is that the reason why I rather choose to start 1 hour later in summertime and 1 hour early in wintertime is because if I need to change the times everywhere, it's gonna be such a messing around. Because then I need to change it from 13:30 GMT to 14:30 GMT, and in wintertime I need to change it again. And it's such a messing around, so I rather start myself 1 hour earlier and 1 hour later when the time changes. In my place. So what was the time at you when I started the stream for today? Got it. Yeah, but at Erwin, 8:30. So at 8:30 today. Next week it is 9:30. That is the time it should be. Because I was 1 hour too early. It is such a messing around with the time zone, man. But partly I understand why they're changing the time zones each year because, power, money, blah 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 blah. Am I adding it in the right one? Yes, I do. Yeah, usually. It should always usually be 9:30 your time. Always. No matter if it's winter, summer, always 9:30. Always. Alright, let me see. Pumpkin. From the pumpkin we're gonna go to garlic. Wasn't this? No, it's not a garlic. It's an onion. Another one of Kodash. One of Erwin. And one of Creations by Le Chris. Sounds French, it's absolutely not French. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, let's add in the winning points, and then that is gonna be that. So if you're looking for a quick challenge beside the one of today, tomorrow will be Wild West. So if you would like to join in with a revolver, cowboy hat, an Indian type of deal with a lot of feathers, you can still join in. There'll be a bull skull in a piece of sand. Alright, let me see. Berkelmere is getting 1 point, so from 15 to 16. Need to remove him right off. Then we have 1 off Outmind. Outmind is gonna go from 10 to 11. We have 2 for creations by Chris. 2. It's gonna be 10. Then we have a new person on the list, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna be, well, 2 new persons. One is Kodash, and Kodash will jump in right away with 2 points. There you go. And of course, last but not least, is our Sir Erwin Sandiray. You can do it, Erwin. Last year, I believe he was number 2 or number 3 best one of 2020. Yeah, you have a different name. Ray Studio. There you go. List is getting longer, which is very nice. Yeah, and don't overrush it. I mean, once again, Berkelmere is, let me just say Berkelmere because he's on the top. He's a very, very good artist, but as you can see by the winning of today, he only won 1 time, so he cannot do everything perfect. Everyone makes mistakes or less interesting renders or ideas. So very good. Alright, this is gonna be this. I doubt there will be a stream tomorrow unless you guys are going to go ham on the entries of the extra competition Wild West. There are 3 places to win on the monthly, so if there would be all of a sudden 5 entries which are way less good than those 2, then still those 5 entries can still fight for a 3rd place. So keep that in mind. And why wouldn't you join at all? I mean, if there is a 3rd one, then you can win. No matter what the votes will be, you will win 1 point. Kaisen Krebson, yeah, Krebson joins in sometime with the monthly, or I think so far he's only joined the monthly. I had a monthly once again. He didn't join up Legos. I don't think Krebson likes Legos. But with the monthly, he definitely joins in. I think I seen Krebson joining the weekly or the daily 30 minutes maybe like 5 times last year. You can compete, but you can win 1 point. Even if you would add in the Vault Cube, don't do it because if 10 people would add in the vault cube, then you still have to challenge. Why not, right? Alright, there's no more music for the next page. So in this case, I'm going to leave it with this. Thank you all for joining up with the 30 minutes. Good luck the upcoming week. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. If not, then no stream tomorrow. But we're going to do the voting in here. Then we have the weekly, which is producial shaders. There are 2 nice ones in there already. This is also not an easy one, but try to do something. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. What, tomorrow? No, maybe tomorrow. I only stream with 5+ entries, and we only have 2 for tomorrow. So if there is no 5 or plus entries, I won't stream tomorrow. I'll just drop in the voting in here without a stream, and then I'll announce it in the chat. You can vote. But you will see more about that tomorrow. Alright, bye bye.